He wants us to enjoy him during our leisure. When we work and when we wait. When we work and when we wait. Let's pull it up. Hold on. There? Good. When we work and when we wait. When we work and when we wait. He wants us praying. Whatever your vocation, or whenever you find yourself in a waiting mode. I put a couple illustrations: the red light, traffic, doctor's office, for the laundry cycle to end. We should be praying. I know particularly me at the red light, I can tell you some stories at the red light. One of my pet peeves is pulling up to a red light and then the young man on side of me pulls up and his music is derogatory, it's offensive, it's degrading, it's unholy, it's whatever it is. The first thing I have to do is pray that my mind is right and that I can remember that he's a soul, that he's a soul. That young man next to me with that music that's degrading women is a soul. He's not just some meaningless person. He's a soul that's been misled to think that it is okay for him to degrade women that the Bible says are fearfully and wonderfully made. So I have to get my mind right because I'm annoyed by that nuisance. That noise is a nuisance to me. It's getting on my nerves. I don't like it. I'm trying to distract my kids because I don't want them listening to that foolishness, not even for a second at the red light. But I got to get my mind right. So I'm praying for him. Lord, help him to know, God, Lord, not only are the women that's been degraded in that song fearfully and wonderfully made, but he is too, God. Lord, you created him, God. You have a plan, you have a purpose for him, Lord. One of my other prayers is that he would turn that down so I can focus, but I'm praying for him. So that's an opportunity for me to pray. Sometimes I pull up to the red light and there's someone there on the side of the street, one of those little signs that says, we'll work for food, or I just want a cigarette, or whatever it is that their signs say. Say it, whatever it is that their sign says. And I'm praying for them. I'm praying for them. I've gotten into a habit too. I try to keep money with me. Try to keep ones with me. I don't have any now, but I try to keep ones with me so that when I pull up to those lights, I don't know their situation. For all I know, they may have more money than I do. But every opportunity I have, I want to make sure that I'm showing Christ, regardless of if they are looking for him or not. It's what I'm showing. It's what I got. I have Jesus. It's what I have. I have Jesus, and I want to give him to you. It may be the fact that I'm using this dollar bill, but I need you to look in my eyes. I need you to see Christ when you look at me. I need you to see Jesus in my eyes, and I need you to know that he loves you. So, when we're at the red light, when we're in traffic, I cannot even articulate to you how much I do not like traffic. But when I'm in traffic, I'm praying for, first and foremost, that it moves and I get to where I need to go. But I'm also praying that God protects not just me, but these other drivers that are around me in my perimeter. This person that's in front of me, this person that's behind me, this person that's on this side, this person that's on this side. Occasionally I'll look and the Lord will Holy Spirit will unction me to say a prayer for that person. Lord, get them where they're going safe. Lord, I don't know what's going on with that lady that's in that car. But Lord, I pray that she knows you, Lord. And if she knows you, God, I pray, Lord, that her relationship with you, God, Lord, is solid. Lord, if she doesn't know you, I pray, God, Lord, that she comes to know you, or whatever the situation is. I'm praying if there's been an emergency or an accident, I'm praying for the people that are involved. When you see the ambulances go by, the police, Lord, I don't know where they're going, but I pray, Lord, that wherever it is that they're going, Lord, that when they get there, the people that are there will be well, God. I pray for that situation. So the point is, we should always be praying. That's all I'm trying to get us to understand. We should always be praying. So when we're in traffic, pray prayers of thanksgiving. Lord, I thank you that I'm in this traffic, but I'm healthy and I'm well. And Lord, I pray that you allow me to get to where it is that I'm going. I pray that when I get there, what it is that I'm going to do, Lord, I'll be able to do. So when we're in traffic, it's a good doctor's offices. I shared a little bit about how I pray for my doctors. When I'm in doctor's offices, I started going to doctors that I probably as a young person shouldn't have been going to 12, almost 13 years ago when I had my stroke. And I would remember sitting in the doctor's office. And initially, I couldn't do this because I was so sick myself, having had the stroke and going to have my blood pressure checked. And they would look in astonishment as to why I was in the office, not knowing what my body had been through. So I learned to pray for those people in the office when I went, for them and their health and their well-being, their caretakers and their family, for the doctors, that they would have wisdom with their cases and they would be able to take care of them, for their salvation, that they would know God, for their relationship with God, if they did. So always praying. I put on here for when for the laundry cycle, when I'm waiting for the laundry cycle to end. Praying. Praying. I shared, when I taught this in class, I shared how, thanking God for all the stuff that we have, all the laundry house. Sometimes my laundry, if I don't do it on consistently, is piled up. But it's just God blessing us with stuff, way more stuff than we need. But when I'm waiting for the laundry, I'm in a mode of prayer. Let's talk about work for a minute before we go on. God has trusted us. He's given us vocations, whatever your vocation is. It can be a homemaker. It can be my garbage collectors just came and picked up. I pray for them. They're on my list. They're on my community list. I didn't mention them. And my list is lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of people. But if you're a garbage collector, it doesn't matter what God has trusted you to. Excuse me. Teacher, principal, preacher, doctor, lawyer, student, doesn't matter. Whatever it is your vocation is, God has strategically put you there to be, if you are a believer, salt and light. He has put us in those positions to be salt and light. I'll talk about my school again. When I had my school, most of my families, I had some families that came from the suburbs that were friends or colleagues of mine that knew me and knew my ministry and knew how I loved children, knew the type mother that I was, knew the type wife that I was, and they wanted me to help and assist them, not do their job, but assist them in the nurture and development of their children. But I had people that came from the inner city, didn't know God, didn't know who he was, wasn't trying to know him. But again, I was this to them. So in that aspect of my working, he trusted those people to me to make sure that for the time that he allowed them to be in my life and me to be in their life, that I was salt and light. For the ladies that worked with me, to encourage them and to help them and to edify them and to love them and to show them what God looked like in human form. What it look like to be a submissive wife and a loving mother and a good co-worker, a godly boss, all those things. He trusted those people to me. So that person that's on your job, and everybody that worked with me or that worked for me, because I was the boss, they weren't all easy people to work with, and I was the boss. I could have fired them, but it wasn't kids that the Lord trusted to me. They weren't all easy kids. I remember one family in particular, and their mom has given me the permission to share their story, and I plan on blogging it in the very near future. But the kids, behavior-wise, were horrible. I cannot articulate how horrible their behavior was. It was just horrible. They would spit on me, spit, spit in my face. It was a couple of times. A shoe was taken off and thrown, and I was hit upside the head. And as the owner, administrator of the school, it was my responsibility to take care of them, and I could have put them out at any time. But the Lord didn't allow that, because they needed to be in a place that would love them unconditionally and would nurture them and develop them and partner with the parent who was still learning parenting skills herself, and the dad himself. And the beauty of that story is that family, the children, I can't say enough about them. They are good students. They are good kids. I mean, I can't say enough, but the thing is, they needed a place where they could be loved and nurtured and developed. They didn't need another place that was just going to put them out because there was a behavior issue. And God knew that he could trust them to the place, to In the Beginning Child Development Center, old plug for mouth. But he knew that that he could trust me with them, that I would listen to his voice and see them and through his eyes, see them as being fearfully and wonderfully made, see them as As Psalm 127:3 says, sons are a heritage of the Lord and children are a reward. See them. So those people in your life and in your workplace that are in your home, wherever they are, but we're talking about work right now, that are annoying, a nuisance, unsaved, unchurched, that's why they have you. Did you hear me? That's why they have you. That's why they have you. We have to understand that. That's why God put us there. He put us there. And then if he put us there, he's doing a couple of things. He's developing us in the process, and he wants to show himself through us to them so that they will know who he is. That's why he does that. It's not for us to, jump jobs and move around and I ain't got to deal with this and I can do better, and that's not what it's for. It's for us to show him, to be salt and light and in the places that he's trusted us to.